Well, I am so excited to be here to talk about Bridging the Gap Collective. This is a dream come true. And I've had a lot of opportunities throughout the course of my career to do some really amazing, exciting things. I've been very blessed. And this is something that was on my mind for a number of years. I thought, my gosh, we clearly have been able to serve a lot of people, but everybody we serve has means. They typically have a job. They typically have some disposable income. They typically are able to get themselves to an appointment. They have transportation. And what has not been lost on me is the vast number of people for whom that's not true. And I always felt bad when we would get calls from folks and they would say, we really need to get help for our child, for my spouse, for whomever, but we don't have money. We don't have a way to get to you. Can you help us? And all we could say is just a big, no, we're sorry, let me give you some other resources, and off they were again. And all it takes people to call to try to get in to see somebody, and then to have that be interrupted with a big no. So from where I sat, I thought, my gosh, we have to do better than this. So I thought, well, what about having somebody who can provide some services for us? What if we have a not-for-profit that can sustain itself? What if we have a way to get into the communities and bring the great care that I think our team can offer, or somebody else who maybe is in training who really needs that experience? What if we can get that to them? So, I kind of played around with the idea for a while. It was a little bud in my head. And then Ms. Elise arrived. And I will tell you, I knew from the beginning, this is somebody who has done a lot in her life already, has overcome some big challenges, and I thought this and is just such a good, warm, bright, loving spirit. I thought this is the kind of person we need to take us through this journey. So she and I had a conversation. She was delighted, I was thrilled, and she took this on and brought it from this little bud to something that's coming to life in the Bridging the Gap Collective. I could not be more thrilled. And it was really her vision of let's simultaneously get services to kids and families that need it, but let's train up some interns as well to have better skill sets to be able to go into communities to serve them, and quite frankly, to go anywhere and do really good work. That was her idea, and I thought that's just brilliant. So we're taking care of two communities at once. We're taking care of communities of people who need to have services and can't just get out here to see us. And we're also taking care of the community of clinicians in training who would go through kind of a cookie cutter approach, which, I went through a cookie cutter approach, it has its merits, but there's a whole lot they're just never gonna learn or understand. So what a brilliant idea to match up those two groups. So we have the people who are in need with clinicians who really need that experience. I couldn't be more delighted. So Ms. Elise and the rest of the board have been amazing at putting together all of the pieces that we need for this to really come to life. And I will tell you, I was talking to some folks about this in the beginning of the year, and I said, this is our mission. This year we are going to make this thing come to life. And they said, oh, that can never happen. That's too much. It's not going to happen. We can't. And they were wrong. And a big part of that is Ms. Elise and her vision and the board and their dedication. So I'm very grateful to all of them for all of the work that they've done. And I'm so delighted to be a part of that board myself now too. So I'm going to be the vice president, and so I get to be a part of this very exciting mission and see Ms. Elise in action, see the other board members in action, and see this thing become something fabulous.